Hi, and welcome back to the EQUUS Film and Arts Fest. I'm Julianne Neal, and I'm so excited to be here today with the author of Horse Crazy, the story of a woman and a world in love with an animal, Sarah Maslin Nir. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here and talking to us today.
Thank you for having me and my son, Hero.
Welcome, Hero. So cute, so cute. So I love this book. I really do. And so can you tell me a little bit about what led you to the thought of publishing? What made you decide that it was time to go ahead and tell your story?
Well, I'm a reporter for the New York Times, and I've always kept the fact that I'm also a secret horse girl totally on the down low. I was very concerned that revealing that so much of my soul was captivated by ponies would make people think I wasn't serious. And then I was speaking to a friend, and he said, you know, Sarah, passion translates. That's all that people care about is to really reveal and show a passion. And he was right. And that day I pitched the book, and Simon & Schuster purchased it because passion translates.
That is so true. And I love the format with all the different horses. I mean, even in your tribute in the beginning, you're listing all these different ones, Trendsetter being one of them. But you also reveal a lot of yourself and some of the difficulty of being an outsider when you're surrounded by this elite circle of people. How hard was it to expose that much of yourself in the stories that you're telling?
Yeah, when I first pitched the book, I had no inclination I would be part of the story at all. And then I realized that horses are very personal. When you look at a dog or a cat, you think, you know, oh, but when you look at a horse, it's like looking at an ocean vista. You know, you feel something, and that's that personal connection that we have with them. And so, of course, my story ended up being part of the story because horses helped create my story. And as an outsider, as a Jew, as the daughter of a Holocaust survivor, I felt horses didn't belong to me. They belonged to some elite other. And the truth is that horses themselves are deeply democratic. They don't care about the trappings that we've attached to them. They just care, are you a safe place to be? And they became my safe place to be.
That's so true. And I mean, I connected with all the stories resonated with me, but as a child growing up in the time where you're reading Misty of Chincoteague, and then I'm reading about you going and all the things that happen. And you made me question some things too with some of the chapters. So no spoiler alerts or anything like that here, because we want everybody to read it. But which story do you think of all of them, or what, in fact, of the whole project has been the most rewarding thing for you?
One of the most important stories to me was my exploration of the legacy of the Black cowboy. Black people have been erased from the American equestrian story, and really that's the American origin narrative completely. And they've been erased by racism. As the great historian William Loren Katz told me, if Black people came into the American equestrian story, they came at the end of a whip and in chains. And that's not the narrative America wanted to remember about itself. And the truth is, as we watch Black cowboys ride in BLM protests all over, they've always been there. 1 in 4 cowboys in the American pioneer era were Black. And I felt a parallel in my own story, the almost literal erasure of my people in the Holocaust from the world's story. I felt a parallel in that erasure of Black people from the American story. And so riding out with the Black cowboys and going on their adventures as they reinsert themselves into the narrative was incredibly powerful to me.
Yes, absolutely. And I can imagine when we're all back together for a live event, putting you and Charles Perry and Jar and some of our EQUUS filmmakers together to have some of these types of conversations too. That would be awesome.
Fabulous.
We have such a short time together today, but is there anything else that you'd like for the audience to know about your work? Do you have anything new coming down the road?
Oh, I do, but I can't talk about it yet. Only Hero knows.
Oh, okay.
Watch this
We'll have to interview Hero next then.
Many more horse stories to come. Now that my secret's out, it's galloped away with me.
There you go. There you go. Well, how could somebody find you if they wanted to know more about the book, know more about you? Where would they find you online?
Well, Horse Crazy is available anywhere books are sold. There's also an audiobook that I read myself. It took a really long time, and I went, get it, horse, reading it. Come on. And you can find me on Instagram at Horse Crazy, the book.
Well, I know that I'll be following along to see what comes next. So thank you so much, Sarah, and goodbye, Hero.
Bye.
We'll see you next year.
See you there.